A red line has been drawn in the Libyan sand. Egypt's president says if it's crossed, his army will enter Libya. It may be close to decision time. The Egyptian army has spent weeks on exercise, rattling sabres, near the Libyan border. That's a response to GNA government forces pushing the rival government LNA troops back from Tripoli all the way to Sirte. And that's the red line dividing the country. To the west, the GNA, supported by Qatar and Turkey. The Pentagon says the latter has sent thousands of troops to Libya to fight alongside the GNA. To the east, the LNA, headquartered in Benghazi, a short distance from one of its backers, Egypt. Now, Egypt's President Sirte has recently met Libyan tribal leaders, mostly from the Benghazi region. They urged him to intervene militarily to counter what they described as Turkish invasion and terrorism. Some invoked the memory of the Ottoman occupation to support their cause. Sirte says if Sirte is attacked, he will go in, warning Egypt is able to change the military situation quickly and decisively. The GNA, meanwhile, has moved troops closer to the city. Sirte is the gateway to what's called the Oil Crescent. It leads to the ports of Sidra, Ras Lanuf, Marsa al Brega and Zuwatin. From there, oil and gas pipelines stretch down from the coastline to the energy fields inland. The other flashpoint is the LNA-held Al Jufra Air Base. It's on a key route linking the south to the coast. It also allows domination of Libya's airspace. Sirte knows if Sirte and Jufra fall, the way is open for GNA forces to advance towards the 700-mile-long Libya-Egypt border. Cairo fears that the GNA is dominated by Islamists who may support terrorism in Egypt. In 2015, Islamic State murdered 21 Egyptians in Libya. Egypt argues that what happens in Libya affects its own national security. Along with other Arab leaders, Sirte is also concerned that Turkey's President Erdogan seeks to control the Libyan oil industry, block Egyptian gas interests in the Mediterranean, and gain the Jufra air base for its fighter jets, hence the threat of war. But that risks outside powers coming into direct conflict. Egypt may still cross the border, but it's 500 miles to Sirte, where they might come up against Turkish troops. A limited incursion, stopping well short of the fighting, might be enough to encourage the two Libyan factions to seek a ceasefire and then a compromise on oil and gas revenues. But threats of military action and public posturing require action if red lines are crossed, and there's a danger that any escalation would be difficult to de-escalate. It's doubtful Egypt wants war, especially as it's preoccupied with the dispute it has with Ethiopia over water. But if Sirte is attacked, Egypt will respond. The question is, to what degree and to what effect?